Today's adventure is to Mount Pinatubo. Now, if you're doing this from Manila, I'd suggest you plan an overnight visit. It is possible to do it all in one day, but it would be a rush and I don't think you'll enjoy the full experience. And a big part of this trip and the pleasure is the full adventure of getting there and back. So let's start with getting to Capastalac, which is the closest town. So there's a bus that runs from Pasay, which is a small suburb of Manila. And if you see various websites, it says it can take 3 hours to get to Capastalac. Our journey took 7 hours, but that was exceptional due to a major Asian summit that was happening at the time, which closed some of the lanes on the ring road. There's various buses. You want to take an air-conditioned bus. Victory Liner is one such company. And the stopping point, again, is Capas in Tarlac. Now, if you are staying overnight, I'm going to suggest you stay at Casa Hermogina. Alan is the host, and he'll take excellent care of you, including organizing the tricycles you'll need to get from Capas to his lodgings. Let me suggest one trike per person, unless you want to get cozy with your neighbor. Now, the trike ride is going to be bumpy and noisy, but it's just part of the experience of your Pinatubo adventure. After about 13 minutes, you're going to get to Casa Hermogina. There's very few restaurants, or in fact there's no restaurants. So if you plan ahead with Alan, you can have dinner at his lodgings, enjoy a beer or so, and just relax, as the next day you've got quite a walk ahead of you. It's an early start, so I'd suggest getting up for a sunrise. Just take a walk around. It's quiet. It's a pleasant walk. So the first thing you'll notice when you're having breakfast, you will be approached by some of the local children selling you walking sticks, and these are 40 or 50 pesos. Highly recommend them. You will benefit from them during the hike. Now, the first part of the trip, before you even get to the hike, you will need to go and get your blood pressure taken. Not quite sure what happens if you fail the blood pressure test. So to get to the start of the hike, you will need a 4x4, which is going to take you for 1.5 hours along dirt track road through the rivers. This is very bumpy. Hold on tight, and I would highly recommend taking a cushion. These are not the most comfortable of vehicles to be traveling in. So having done the 1.5 hour drive to get to the jeepney parking lot, or the 4x4 parking lot, now we've got what I thought was a 7-kilometer hike. Now I'm told it's 5.5 kilometers. So, and just on arriving, drizzle has started, but maybe it's a good thing, because now we don't have blazing sun heat to contend with, rather contend with the drizzle, as long as it doesn't screw up my electronics. So before you even start the hike, one of the questions I'm sure is what footwear to wear. Now, you'll notice your guide and many of the locals, they're just wearing flip-flops. I chose to wear hiking boots, and I was so happy with my choice, as there's a high probability that you are going to have to jump through rivers. They're not deep, of course, but your feet are going to get wet. You're going to be walking on slippery rocks. So I was very happy to have my walking boots. Now, along the journey, there are a couple of stopping points where some of the locals are offering drinks. So it's not totally necessary to carry drinks with you. I did choose to have a couple of bottles of water with me just in case. But again, you can get drinks along the way. And once you get to the crater's edge, just enjoy the view. You can walk down to be alongside the lake. I chose to bring up my drone, fly my drone, and I certainly enjoyed that, despite the bad weather we had. And maybe it wasn't the wisest thing, but having carried my drone for over an hour on the hike, I didn't want to miss up the opportunity to try to fly it over the lake and see what was on the other side of the hill just to the left. So for the next few minutes, we'll take a look over the lake, crater lake of Mount Pinatubo, and then start the journey back, and you can have an idea of the length of hike, the kind of hike that you'll be doing, all the way back to the 4x4 parking lot, and then again the journey back to Capastallac.